Shalom, Imhotep, Lakesh, Namaste. Goodness, that's a long introduction. They all mean the same thing. Peace be upon you. The soul in me reveres the soul in you and recognizes it as its equal. Ten of Pentacles is also known as the Lord of Wealth. And this card is nothing short of wealth. There is so much legacy behind this card. I mean, if I were to explain these characters here, it can take a full session. But for the sake of this video, I only have a little bit of time to show you the rich symbols that are embedded within the card. Pamela Coleman Smith knew what she was doing. She was a profound Kabbalist. She studied in her mentor of the Golden Dawn, who studied under the tutelage of Arthur Edward Waite, like Gareth Knight, who were all members of the Golden Dawn. This was a Rosicrucian school that had deep Masonic roots as well. Bringing Western magic into this country from Europe, from Asia even. And Kabbalah was borrowed from the rabbis who lived in Svat, Israel, who fled from Morocco and from Spain during the Spanish Inquisition. So the Ten of Pentacles depicts one of those very famous rabbis. You could see him in the corner over here. Now, original Kabbalists were actually from Spain. Isaac de Loria, Rabbi Moses de Leon, Shimon Bar Yochai, Abraham Abulafia, and his student, Joseph ben Abraham Gikatiyah, who is a symbol of modern day Kabbalah. As a matter of fact, a lot of the Western mystery schools couldn't have been created without his knowledge of Kabbalah. He was also called Joseph Bal HaNisim, which is called like Joseph, the man of miracles. Literally, this guy was performing miracles with his knowledge of Kabbalah during a time where Moors occupied Spain. During this time, actually it was for about 700 years before 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. But before that, in Spain, people spoke Arabic and Spanish. You know, it's kind of like a mixed language. Really awesome stuff. Spanish history has a lot of Chaldean, Greek, and Celtic blood way before the Muslims got there. So it's a lot of history. Things get lost. Even the architecture in Spain was all built by the Arabs. If you go there today, you can check it out. Okay, so Gikatiyah created his own Kabbalistic manuscripts like many rabbis who lived before and after him. The only difference is his book called the Sefer She'ari Ora, or the Book of Emanation, was translated into Latin, and the Europeans ate this book up. They loved it. It talked about gematria, which is Kabbalistic numerology. It talked about exercises on the divine names of God and over 300 names of God. So this book was intense and fully complete. This is why it influenced many European writers and many modern Western mystery schools. Okay? The name in Latin was called the Portae Lucis, from where we get the Spanish word Puerta de Luz, right? Or the doors of light, or gates of light, however you want to translate it, okay? So the Sefer She'are Ora, it's its original Hebrew name. So it's the legacy of Abraham Gikatiyah, who's in the corner. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is also a Mercury in Virgo card, or Mercury in Capricorn, or Mercury in Taurus. That's right. It represents creating legacy that's everlasting. In the background, you can see elements and indications of this. This is a family crest, right? Which only knights or people of royal families always had them. See the checkerboards in the background? This represents strategy and utilizing the mind to its full potential and capacity. Look at this pentacle here, right? This, on the Kabbalistic tree of life, this would be Yesod, or the lunar path. This is why these two dogs being related to wolves, are staring at this particular pentacle. You see, this would be the two pillars of the tree of life, and the middle pillar, the pillar of equilibrium, the pillar of wisdom, and the pillar of severity. And here you see the Madonna and child. The child and the divine feminine are something seen visibly here, because we, the children of God, the B'nai Elohim, and Mother Earth are all visible. We're all here. But notice how the masculine principles of the cards are turning their back towards us, indicating invisibility. So like the invisible force is the masculine, the visible force is the feminine. It's kind of like the 0 and 9 and the 1. It's kind of like 0 is the father, right? 9 is the child, right? Christ consciousness, and then the 1 is the divine feminine. These are always played around with in numerology, especially in Kabbalah, which is based on numerology and planetary associations and astrology. So when I'm doing these videos, getting into the history, and we're going on an archaeological dig together, I'm going to show you the cross-cultural references in the cards. It's not going to be like another YouTube channel or another tarot book that you're going to pick up, which is showing you repetitive themes. I'm going to get into depth with each symbol and why it's there, every crest and every crevice. We're going to scour every part of these cards until we understand why they were created and for what occult purposes, from the color associations to the blue background and the highlight of different color tints, like the green, why these dogs are staring in this direction, why is the divine feminine facing us and the child. See, these sorts of things you want to look at. You want to understand the minds behind the geniuses who created tarot. So that's my take on the Pentacles. And before I conclude, I just wanted to mention the two divine names of God which exist within the foundation of this card. The first angel's name is La'eva, and the second angel's name is He, right? So La'eva is the angel who helps to remove the remnants of evil, to pave the way for the kind of life that you want without the distractions. And He is the angel who helps you to administer unconditional love, planting the field so that more trees of lives can grow before you, so that you can influence and impact other people's life. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. I'll keep this on my highlight, and I will be doing more as the weeks proceed. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Shalom.